is a little sidelight here. I want to just finish up here with perhaps the best known German Stalag camp. This camp existed for 6 continuous years. It had held Allied POWs, which were mostly Americans. It was the only German Stalag that never had escape. And millions of Americans have probably actually seen this Stalag on TV because it was Stalag 13, which was the home of Hogan's Heroes. The main characters were Colonel Klink, Sergeant Schultz, American Colonel Hogan, Frenchman Corporal LeBeau, American Sergeant Kinchlow, American Sergeant Carter, and British Corporal Newkirk. The show ran from 1965 to 1971, filmed 168 episodes. Interestingly, the 4 German characters here, Klink, Schultz, General Burkhalter seated, and Major Hochstetter to the right. The 4 men playing these roles were all Jewish. Klink, Schultz, and Burkhalter actually escaped Nazi Germany. Frenchman Corporal LeBeau survived internment at a German concentration camp. If you watch the show, you would normally or often see General Burkhalter arriving or departing in this vehicle, which is a 1938 G4 Mercedes-Benz Model 31. It was meant to be an off-road vehicle. You would often see either pictures or movies of Hitler standing in the back of one of these vehicles during military parades. Only 57 of these vehicles were ever manufactured from 1931 to 1939, and only 3 survived the war. This is the one that survived and ended up in Hollywood and on Hogan's Heroes. Well, after 6 years of internment, all of the Allied POWs at Allied 13 were released and repatriated with their home country. Again, if you are interested in any additional information, I highly recommend that you get the book Stalag Wisconsin to learn more and for further enlightenment. I'll finish up here by, again, leaving this slide listing the 38 POW camps, and I'll leave that up there so that you can have an opportunity to look at that list to see, again, if you may have been raised, worked, or lived in an area that once held POW camps. There are very few reminders of these POW camps, maybe a plaque. The only one that you may find any significant amount of material left would be Camp McCoy. I will end here, and if you have any questions, come on up afterwards, and I will be glad to try and answer those for you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching OCA.
Thanks for watching OCA.
Thanks for watching OCA.
Thanks for watching OCA.
What is community television?
It's TV by, for, and about your community.
We're on cable and we're streamed online.
And we're commercial free because we're supported by you.
Join us to find out what's happening in town.
Do you wish you had time to go to city council meetings? We go every time.
Were you able to attend the local candidates debate? We covered it.
How about the 4th of July parade, town festivals, or those great weekly concerts in the park? You can catch full coverage of your town's events on PEG Access Channel.
PEG? Well, it stands for Public Education and Government. PEG Media Centers are usually managed by a city, school district, a nonprofit, or a university where students learn the basics of television production.
Many PEG Media Centers invite the community to learn television production
and produce their own shows.
That's public access.
So you can produce a show about an issue that matters to you.
How about a talk show on the best bike routes around your town?
Or a show about Main Street businesses.
You can use your PEG channel to air your child's soccer games.
City by city, every town is different, and every community media center is different.
What would you like to see?
Contact your local PEG Media Center.
Strong media centers, strong communities.
Hi, I'm Donald Driver, and I always wear my seatbelt, and so does everyone that rides with me.
Hey, I'm Brad from La Crosse, and I never wear a seatbelt.
Well, that's unfortunate for Brad, because even a car crash at just 15 miles an hour can feel like getting hit by a 300-pound lineman. And to add insult to injury, you'll get a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt. So take it from a driver who always wears a seatbelt. Click it or ticket, and let's achieve 0 deaths on Wisconsin roads. 0 in Wisconsin, a vision we can all live with.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Set up.
It's already set.
It's already
set.
Oh, cool. Oh, boy. Here I figured I was going to take, I think I was going to sit down on Nathan's end.
You ain't getting away.
Okay, it is 4:30. We'll call the meeting to order.
I know,
Have a roll call, please.
So that clock's wrong. It's 6:30, but here we go. Schnelly.
4:30. It is. Oh, Jesus. Can you? I got one here that says 5:32.
Just moving to LA. It's all good.
Schnelly.
I'm here.
Bano.
I'm here.
Meyer.
Here.
Molzon.
Here. Here.
Smithback.
Here.
Polda.
Here.
Van Kampen.
Here.
And then we have a new alternate. Jenny Nelson is excused tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Next item is an annual selection of Plan Commission chairperson, vice chairperson, and secretary. We ever did a secretary before?
Yeah, I think Scott's.
Yeah, I've been secretary.
Oh, good. Okay, we're gonna open we'll open up for Plan Commission chairman nominations.
I move to nominate Greg Schnelly. Second. Move to close.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, I guess all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you for your confidence. Open the nominations for vice chairman.
I move to nominate John Vino for vice chair.
Second.
And I move to close the nomination.
There you go.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you, everybody. And now, the nomination for secretary.
I nominate Patrick Mozon for secretary.
Second.
Well, we got double seconds. And I move to close the nominations. This is not a,
Who
It's
did the
on
first
TV.
and second on that?
I did, I guess.
And Campen?
Two of us.
Two of us.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on. Approval of minutes of April 3rd, 2025 Plan Commission meeting. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Patrick. Any discussion?
I'll abstain from this.
Yeah. John abstains from it. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving under public appearances, at this point, this agenda item allows the commission to receive information and to ask questions of a presenter or to facilitate a better understanding of the information. Commission members may discuss procedural matters relating to the information, such as whether the information should be directed to staff or placed on a future commissioned agenda. However, commission members may not expand their discussion beyond such protocol matters. This is for anybody that wants to speak to anything that's on or off the agenda. If it's on the agenda, I prefer you wait till the agenda item comes up. Is there anybody here that wants to speak to anything else? Thank you. We'll move on. Communication, miscellaneous business, none. No new business. Unfinished business, excuse me. New business. Item 8A, modification to the approve site plan submitted by the Oregon School District for construction of a proposed splash pad located at 249 Brook Street.
Martin, did you want me to update on this one? Sure. We just received word from Martin earlier today via the school district that they are requesting to table this application, essentially. There are some stormwater issues that they need to continue reviewing that might result in modifications to the lot layout, landscaping plan, et cetera. So this is not ready for action yet tonight.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you. We'll move on then to,
Do we need a motion to table or?
they requested it, yeah, so we don't have to, no. Move on to 8B, modification of approved site plan, a site-specific implementation plan, SIP, submitted by Altera Design Homes, LLC, to construct duplexes on lots 8 and 9 of Oregon Parks Duplex Replat, 202 North Bergamot Boulevard and 203 Liberty Drive, Park Drive, excuse me.
It doesn't look like the applicant is in attendance, so
No.
I'll provide an overview. This is, of course, the Oregon Parks
Right.
plat that has gone through numerous entitlement changes over the last few years, comprehensive plan amendment, replatting, different zoning approvals. The most recent one was in 2022 with a GDP approval that would have allowed them to proceed on these lots, lot 8 and 9, with fourplex structures. They are now requesting to convert these two lots back from fourplexes to just duplexes, and that would match development that they're doing on nearby lots, I believe lots 2 and 4. So this is an SIP amendment because it's just changing the site plan. Both the duplex and the 4-unit structures remain permitted in the GDP and consistent with the comprehensive plan and everything. So just the SIP to accommodate site plan changes. The main staff review task is to make sure that as the SIP, it's consistent with what was approved in the GDP. And there were 7 main conditions in that GDP. Those are reviewed in the staff report, and these lot 8 and 9 proposals do comply with all of those, so that
And we need a recommendation to village board approval.
I understand where Patrick's coming from. I'm on board. I just have to think about what the limits are of us as planning commission members and what we sort of can and cannot control. And I think that, in my opinion, what you would request is beyond what we can control or what we have the rights to try to control. So I will make a motion to approve, noting that something will be brought from the village engineer to Dane County on the behalf of the Plan Commission and its members.
Thank you. We have a motion, we have a second. Second. We have a second. Any additional?
Sorry, folks. I was really hoping that that wouldn't happen.
Well, it did.
Who seconded that?
Matthew.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. You know, the other, no, we got echo. That's okay.
I'll work on that in a second.
That's all right. I haven't heard myself like that before. Now I know, Lauren, you're gonna take that beyond, but can the board, and I suspect once this goes to the village board, they'll see this and maybe they can also address it more so than what we can. Patrick, you know, so your comments are, I hope that, again, before we make this, we have the motion, we have a second, before we have the vote, I've asked that we just make note that the village board pays attention to that comment. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Thank you. Motion carried. Item 8E, for discussion only, review proposal submitted by village staff for amendment to zoning regulations in section 17-405, intrusions into required yards of the village zoning code related to fence yard setbacks.
So as part of our zoning text amendment series last August, we worked on amendments to the fence regulations, and that's in section 17-720. That just changed some details about fence height in front yards, exactly what the setback of those are, how that's treated on a corner yard. So those are the changes that we made in August. The change that's being brought forward tonight is really just a cleanup. There was an inconsistency noticed in another section, so that's section 405, which is on the table this evening. Section 405 is called permitted intrusions into yards. So that doesn't deal directly with fences, but it deals with a lot of things that can intrude beyond setbacks for structures. So in this section, it talks about allowing fences that are less than 4 feet in height to go into that front yard setback. And then it says that those fences should be 2 feet off the property line. That conflicts with what we approved last fall. We allowed fences to be at 0 feet on the property line, and then they were allowed to be forward of the face of the house in the front yard if they were 3 feet in height rather than the 4. So again, this is to clean that up and to reconcile the inconsistency rather than just repeating the language we approved in August in this section 405. It just says it shall comply with the other fence rules. So the reason it was written that way was just to avoid this problem in the future. If you make another tweak, you don't have to go back and change it by like 6 inches or something like that. So that's what this changes. If this is okay with you, or if you have questions, comments, we can make those revisions. And then the intent would be to schedule for a public hearing at the June Plan Commission meeting.
Anybody? I don't see any problems with it. Nobody seems to be concerned, so thank you. Thank you for that, appreciate it. Any other new business? Village staff reports. Projects. You got a lot going on, Lauren.
Yes, so we're finally getting to the point of the year where things start getting done. So next Monday, we're gonna start probably most noticeably on Oak Street. So the first area to be under construction is going to be between the southern border of that Nygaard Oak Street intersection, so it will not go into that intersection so that buses remain able to get in and out. It'll be from that point down through Brook Street. And then once they complete that, they'll move down into kind of the Brook and Park area, but that'll be that first area closed off. Like I said, that'll start on Monday. Also on Monday, we'll have some small curb stop replacements on East Lincoln Street. That is kind of a self-contained project in preparation for next year's big East Lincoln Street reconstruction project that we're working on with the DOT. Also, in the next 2 weeks, you'll start seeing activity out at the wastewater treatment plant. They've started taking down some trees, you might have noticed, putting up temporary fencing, essentially mobilizing and getting ready to start digging. That will start happening in earnest in the next, I would say, week or two. Next week, there will also be a lot going on out at the Well 3 site on Hillcrest and Netherwood. They've started digging for those foundations, got a little surprised, I would say, by the rain today, so they couldn't get as far as they wanted to, but that is officially going forward now. So probably the last major project to start this year is going to be Well 6. That'll likely be a mid to later May start date on that project, but it is well on its way. So it will start to look like construction season.
Thank you. Any questions, anybody? Thanks very much, Lauren. Moving on then, upcoming meeting dates, Thursday, June 5th, Thursday, July 12th, or 10th, excuse me, and that was moved. And in August, we're gonna go to August 14th. I forget what the reasoning was, but there was some reason why we skipped to the.
Elise will be out of town for the regular August date.
Got it, okay, thank you very much. And I would have been too, but now I won't be. All right, do we have anything else? Any items for the future meetings? Wow. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Gee, Martin, you come to one that you just. Come to the